Alright, here we go. Syndicate MMA day 11. I'm pretty sure it's day 11. it really is day 12, but I just went to a no-gi class last night, and this is Syndicate MMA. I'm on the MMA team now. That's what's up. So, it was wrestling with Tom Lawler, and like I said before, wrestling is probably my biggest hole. Definitely is. But we are quickly patching that up. I'm pretty good at jiu-jitsu compared to people in MMA, and I feel like striking wise, like I'm just more comfortable. So wrestling is the uncomfortable place. We warmed up. We did some shots all the way down the mat, like, shoot the heel out, drop the knee, pull, shots like that. Like, we warmed up, and then we started getting into technique. There was one where we were working in groups of 3, and it was basically like, a pummeling situation to a Russian tie, which is basically you have their arm like this, like you're gripping their wrist, and you have their one arm like this. You're kind of like, you controlling both one of their arms. They're kind of like stretched out like this, and you have that arm. But for MMA purposes, they could just start turning and punching, trying to turn and punch you. It wouldn't be all that hard. So you get this Russian tie close to your body, and then you're basically going to, you get the Russian tie close to your body, and then I can't quite remember. I can't quite remember, but there was a series of like, okay, we're gonna go and shoot, grab the nearest, and when we're shooting, like, we're all the way on the ground, like knee deep in. It's a deep shot. One arm's gonna come like basically over the leg. So if it's your left leg, I got my right arm, and I'm all the way down by your ankle. I'm all the way down here. I'm all the way down by your ankle. Then I'm gonna switch and grab your ankle, and then stand up while I'm pulling the ankle back, and then I'm going to get this other arm around to your hip side, and then once I've pulled this ankle, now you're up. Now we're standing, so it's a low shot to the ankle, to basically an ankle pick pull, and then you're gonna go around to the far side hip, because that's what we're trying to get here. We're trying to get that far side hip, and it's a good pull. That's what he's trying to emphasize with me. Make sure it's a good pull. You know what I mean? Throw him off balance, reach around, and get that far side hip, and then let go. Boom. Now we're behind, and basically in like almost a suplex position. So we drilled that for a while, and that was one of the main techniques. We worked some pummeling drills to try to like get that Russian tie, and then and then you go back for the underhook, and it's really just getting a feel for all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I'm paying attention and trying to soak every little thing in, it's gonna be some things that you're not gonna get everything, but I'm trying though. And and Tom Lawler is the wrestling coach. He does a great job, and all the coaches do a great job. All the people that I work with are real helpful, real welcoming, Doesn't seem to be much ego at all, which is great. We're all just trying to get better. So then we started wrestling, and then if you get your mouthpiece in and like you like messing around and breathing too hard, just messing with the mouthpiece, and then like guy kind of boom like up under my head, like I bite down on my tongue a little bit, take a mouthpiece out, just a little bit of blood, like it's happened to me multiple times. Then it kind of is like a wake up, like okay, bite down on your mouthpiece, breathe through your nose, go at it. Don't be lazy. You know what I mean? Don't be lazy. You end up getting in wrestling and the whole fighting in general, you end up getting beat up when you quit moving. And this is something that I emphasized before, and it's easier said than done. It's like there was one position where like, oh, we're going in and like I'm getting taken down, and like I said, it's a certain point where you're going down. So you're gonna break, fall. You're not gonna keep fighting. That's how you get hurt. You gotta learn how to fall. After a certain point, after you tried to sprawl and everything like that, then you're going down. It doesn't matter if you want to or not. You're going down, and in that moment, you have to recognize to keep moving. He comes over to me. Tom comes over to me. He's like, yeah, in that position, you're doing fine. Like, but when you hit the ground, when you hit the ground, you just quit moving, and the only reason he won is because he kept going. You know what I mean? And he is like, Tom is like, unintentionally honest. Okay, like my nigga is real truthful, like just because that's how he is. You know what I mean? Like, he's a genuine person. Like, he's not gonna be real wordy. He's just gonna tell you what it is. Like, you know what I mean? He's just coaching. Like, it's good. You know what I mean? Like that stuff that you're thinking in your head, that moment where you're like, man, I should have done something better here. And he just tells you like, yo, you should have done this. Like, you know what I mean? It's really no way around that. Just keep moving. And so we wrestled. There was a time when I got to somebody's back and I took him down. He popped back up. I took him down again. So that I kind of won that little exchange. There was another time where guy, and you're trying to keep posture. You're trying to stay low. You're trying to keep low. You know what I mean? Trying to keep good head position. Like, I don't want to make this too long, but I won a couple exchanges. And then I lost a whole bunch. Okay. Like, my man Adam, he just beats me up. But he's real technical. He's just good. He's a real pro. You know what I mean? You can tell the guys that like put a lot of effort into it. They've been here day after day. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing this. You know what I mean? And so they're gonna let you have it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? The only way you know how to capitalize on a position is really probably going to get exposed at it a few times, and then you learn. But at the end, after all that, like I said, I won a couple exchanges, but I really was getting bullied most of the time. When you start to get tired, you got to keep moving. You got to keep moving because if they get deep in on a single. That's hard to fight off. Takes a bunch of energy. You know what I mean? You rather them not even get a hold of you at all. Keep your hips away. Keep your legs away. Keep your feet away. You know what I mean? They can throw your head as much as they want to do that. Like, but they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to get in on you. Like hip to hip. You know what I mean? At the end, I'm about done. Like I'm packing up my shit. And, this is a humbling day. And Jordan grabs me. He used to coach wrestling, like high school wrestling. A lot of these guys wrestled. And he's like, yo, let me show you something real quick. And he's like, you're so tall, you can get this wizard position. And I had been talking about it before where it's like, we're gonna go, and we're gonna start pummeling, and then somebody's gonna get an underhook. But then once you get this wizard, which is like an overhook, basically you're gonna like pledge of allegiance, and then you're gonna keep your posture and just turn away. You're just turning away. And meanwhile, I have like if I wizard this way with my left arm, I have my left foot deep in between their left legs. So they're going to get tired of getting yanked around. And when they step their right leg over mine and try to get, like, because they're tired of getting yanked, they're basically getting yanked into the ground. They're basically getting yanked. And, like, I almost have a trip position because of my legs in between both of theirs. They're going to step in front. And then, boom, as soon as they step in front, we're going to use that momentum. We're just going to go back. And then that's going to be a takedown. The head star, 5 points, the 5 point star on the crown of the head, which in some senses is stalling, in wrestling, like some freestyle wrestling or whatnot. If I put that up underneath your chin or on the center of your chest, if I'm lower than you, I'm not worried about getting thrown. What are they gonna do? They're gonna reach out real far. Your head's right here. There's nothing to do here. You know what I mean? So the head position is key. In wrestling, what I'm saying? Obviously, you're not going to want to be just chilling out with your head right there and get fucking uppercutted in MMA. But where this is wrestling, I need to learn how to wrestle. So, he shows me this wizard, and basically it's like a Pledge of Allegiance deal, and you keep in your posture. I'm not like trying to do this and aim down, even though like I kind of want, I want to be like I'm taller, so it's just a turning of the torso. We're going this way, we're gonna go the opposite way. If I got the wizard this way, we're gonna go this way. I'm gonna keep my leg in the middle, you're gonna step over, and then we're gonna go right back. As soon as you even take that step, boom, we're going down. And so that was real helpful. That was real helpful. And I wouldn't have learned that unless he would have grabbed me and pulled me to the side at the end. So I'm thankful for that. But yeah, so that was the main thing. Out of all the techniques, and with this head star, now I'm already in there. I'm already in there, so I can just reach down and get an ankle. Keep knee tapping. I have my head position. Doesn't matter, And they can, So, but that was it. Syndicate MMA, day 11. Peace.